Hello, Leo. Welcome to your monthly forecast for January 2026. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in. Leo, and if you are new to my channel, I'm going to give you your astrological overview. Then I'm going to do your full Culticara spread. I can't even say the word. It's so late and I got this bright light. And honestly, you should be sitting here, Leo. You get the stage. You get the stage. You're Leo. I don't even remember where I was at. Yeah, and then I'm going to break it down week by week, and we'll talk about more aspects. We'll pour more cards, and then the second spread. But Leo, happy 2026. We're here. I seriously hope you brought some champagne. You brought the champers and the party hats and cake and your tool belt because you're about to get really busy, okay? I'm looking at what's going on for you. You're unlike the other signs, you kind of have a little bit of everything, all right? But hey, we're here. We're in January, and it is the first month of the first half of the once-in-a-lifetime multi-year rebirth. Yep. You are definitely going to be building that bridge toward your legacy, and that is Capricorn energy, by the way. We're all in, right? Capricorn season. We have the, bonus of having an exalted Mars in Capricorn. And that's all about hard work, and that's all about effort, and that's all about gains, right? So you will definitely feel this unbelievable drive and discipline that you haven't seen in 2 years, to be honest. It's been 2 years. And Capricorn rules your sixth house. So I've got some things to say, all right? I've got some things to say. You're likely going to have some big career moments this month. But here's the other thing. We move into Aquarius season, and that's your opposite sign. So you're also going to have a lot of emphasis on partnerships and relationships. And when I say emphasis, I mean that's in bold letters, okay? Big font. And you're clearly going to be hyper-focused on your future goals, your aspirations. There's going to be a contract or two thrown in here this month for you. So prepare to burn some calories, making a name for yourself. This is going to be a big month. You've got some surprise moments coming up too. So if you did see your 2026 forecast for your sign, which I'll leave at the end of the video, if you didn't, you're welcome. You know that January is just chock full of rare aspects and events and alignments, okay? And but here's the thing. If you did see it, we barely touched January, okay? You've got 4-planet stellium in Capricorn. You got a 5-planet conjunction in Aquarius. You have 4 Kazimis. You have 2 days with 5 aspects each. This is over a weekend. You have a once every 164-year transit. You have a last of its kind new moon. And of course, the biggest thing of all, my birthday, January 28th. That's right. I'm an Aquarius. So you better have bought some cake for real. This is going to be a big month. And honestly, you are going to be celebrating the fact that this entire month, there's over 30 aspects and only one is challenging. There's only one challenging aspect this month. I did say it's going to be a rare month. But with that said, look, yeah, they're all conjunctions. We're just wait until we turn it over. Okay. Yeah, there's more in the back. And yes, not everything's on the whiteboard, but conjunctions, they are incredibly potent, formidable aspects. And 4 of them this month are going to be with Pluto, the planet of power and destruction, compressed in a 1-week period. And I always say you create your reality, but this is truly going to be up to you on how you use these energies. Okay. And I would say that's the theme for January. It starts with all the Capricorn energy. We move into Aquarius season, and those 2 signs are co-ruled by Saturn, the planet of life lessons and long-term goals and responsibilities. And as you know, with great power comes great responsibility. Thankfully, Saturn's really cool this month. Yep. Yeah, he's the authority, but this month he's more like a PE teacher. Okay, you're gonna be fine. So even though these potent aspects are extremely potent, potent is the root of potential, right? And it's derived from power. And power comes from inner courage and strength and self-belief for empowerment. So you're going to have heaps of that because you brought your tool belt, the expensive one, maybe a tool vest. Who knows? The only thing here, by the way, for January, you're not building a city, just FYI. It's just a bridge, okay? So you're going to be good. You're going to be fine. And there's going to be a lot of movement for you, all right? And it starts on Thursday, January 1st. Happy 2026. Not only is 2026 a 1 year, right? Welcome to 1-1. New beginnings right off the bat. And it is going to be a loaded day. Again, not everything on the whiteboard. You see Mercury moving into Capricorn, but before that, you are going to have the Sun and Venus sextile North Node in Pisces and trine the South Node in Virgo at 10 degrees. 1, right? So right off the bat in January, you are working with your destiny, your calling, you're setting up your mission statement for the month, okay? This is going to be big. I mean, you might have some money matters right off the bat because the nodes are in your money houses. But I mean, the sun and the nodes, they're all about life purpose. This is going to be a big day. And remember, you've got Mars and the sun and Venus all in your 6th house. So that does bring a lot of structure there. And the 6th house is your daily activities, your routines, which includes work. So there's going to be a lot of focus on work and your responsibilities, your duties when it comes to work, colleagues, employees, also health matters. Capricorn rules your 6th house of health. So this is a great day to just go with the flow with a go, see where things go, because this is the day that we have that one challenging aspect. That's right. We just get it right out of the way the first day. And it is Mercury square Neptune. So looking at this for you, and it's at 29 degrees. So it is a critical degree. Remember, Mercury doesn't do well in Sagittarius, still in Sagittarius, right? And then Neptune obviously brings a little bit of fog. It's just a really good day not to make commitments, okay? I mean, it is New Year's Day. It's also a good day, with that said, not to make New Year's resolutions because this day can bring a little bit of delusion. I'll tell you the day to do it, all right? But the good news is Mercury does move into Capricorn later in the day, so he brings you down to earth. And there's definitely going to be a lot of conversations that you're going to have in the workspace, all right? Pretty much up until the 20th. You have a lot going on, Leo. You see me keep looking. I'm like, okay, you've got a lot going on. January 3rd, you have a full moon in Cancer. This is going to be interesting for you. Well, first of all, this one's emotionally potent, right? The moon rules Cancer, so you are going to have a lot of emphasis on home and family and loved ones, and there may be a little bit of a peak toward the end of the month. We'll get to that, but there's definitely something culminating here. Now, Cancer does rule your 12th house and natively rules your 8th and your 5th. So it looks like there may be some intimacy around this full moon, maybe with a relationship. There could be money matters as well. There could be something here that's really deep, okay? Because this activates your 8th house and your 12th. And the 12th house is just so nebulous, right? It's everything beyond the physical plane. It's intuition, it's, spirituality. So it's really great because, Cancer, such an intuitive sign. And it's the moon, right? It's a full moon. So brings it all in. I do like this for you. It can be where there's a lot going on upstairs. Okay. So again, this is a good, go have brunch with, the girls or with this full moon. Don't do anything that's like too important. Just, it's a great time to release things. And this would actually be the best day to do New Year's resolutions, okay? Because it is a great full moon to release anything, especially that's been an emotional anchor, anything that's been taking up too much headspace, anything that has to do with like a relationship or even money matters, and you're just like, this has got to change. All right. So, really good full moon for adjustments. The other thing is, it corresponds to the new moon that we had June 25th in Cancer. Okay. That one, and so think about what happened around that time, because that one, the reason why I want you to think about this one is that new moon happened at the same time as the Jupiter Cazimi, which was the luckiest day of 2025. It was June 25th. So think about what happened around that time. There is definitely going to be some turning point here. And looking at what's going on for you, it really can do with, it might have to do with a creative project or a relationship, but definitely going to be very spiritual. This is a very spiritual full moon for you. It may be one where it's going to be very healing for you as well. So I do like this full moon for you. And remember, release. Okay? Remember, that's 2026 anyway. Out with the old, in with the new. Now, Tuesday, January 6th, you've got the Sun conjunct Venus. And this is where you begin that rare triple Cazimi with the Sun, Venus, and Mars. So the three planets are traveling together, and they're just so tight. The peak intensity of this, by the way, will be January 9th, but this is your first Cazimi, okay? And a Cazimi is when a planet is in the heart of the sun. So I want you to think about that alignment. This is when Venus will be going through her own death and rebirth, a reset, a refresh, a completely reborn Venus, okay? And so it's almost like she gets all her powers back, and she represents love and money and beauty and creativity and all the finer things in life. So really great day to treat yourself. Really, really great day to show some love to, I don't know, your employees, or it is your sixth house. There's also, again, health matters around this time. A lot of y'all may, I don't know, get a pet with the sixth house, or if you do have like a doctor's visit, there's something here where it's really nice for you. There could be a lot of things that you see that you didn't see before. You're definitely going to feel magnetic, though. Venus is very social. There could be something really, like, take, your employees out, take the interns out at Burger King, whatever, just be social with this aspect. There's something here for you. And it really, again, you do have a lot going on, and you're going to get a little bit more work stuff, especially career. There's going to be a lot more emphasis. We'll get there, but January 7th is when you have Venus conjunct Mars, okay? So you're going to feel this strongly, right? You know what happens when the two cosmic lovebirds get together in a conjunction. It's the most powerful aspect where they're merging their energies. It doesn't even matter what house they're in. Like, use this. We didn't get it last year, okay? We didn't get Venus conjunct Mars last year, and Mars is exalted. Venus is reborn. And so there's something here where it does, again, there's something here really signaling home, all right? Like significant other, but also there really, really could be, there's something here with home and work. And you've also got this health matters is going to be a big thing, but home, work, you've got a lot happening. So I'm trying to extract like the bigger messages here for you, Leo. I'm just like looking at your chart. I'm like, whoa, this is a lot. So anyway, there may be something really big that's changing. Okay. This, by the way, is a really good If you're single, really great to go out there, go mingle. Um, Mars is your passions, right? So is Venus. So that's going to be off the charts. There's something here, again, with your daily activities, your lifestyle. There may be something with self-improvement as well. So that kind of falls into health. But work, you just have so much happening in the workspace here. And it could be really, really, really great. Now, remember, Venus is also money. So you're kind of ramping up to something big, but I really would not be surprised if something happens around these dates for you. If you're looking for a new job, or maybe there's like a new employee that you're hiring, it could be like the perfect employee. So here's the thing, Venus, if Venus is what your heart desires, Mars is how you get it. So you do have to take that action. But commitments really do go a long way here. The other thing I was going to say is that Venus natively rules your 10th, and the 10th house is career. It's fame. It's you getting recognized. This is accomplishments. This is achievements. Even if you're not here for career, it's still like, what do you want to be recognized for, right? So you do have a lot of career stuff happening. I know, in January, like right off the bat. So just keep that in mind. There may be some things brewing this first week. Now, January 9th, you have Mars conjunct the Sun. So you have a Mars cazimi. This is Friday. So this is an exalted Mars being reborn, refueled, right? Getting 1,000% of his power back from the Sun, from your ruler. This is completely refreshed. I mean, this is going to feel like a rush. It's like your willpower, whole other level. You're going to be taking action for something. That is a given. And so just be mindful, because this is really, really strong. And this is all about your long-term goals. And again, there may be something here with you wanting to dramatically change your life. It is in your 6th house, everyday activities. But again, work is really highlighted here. You're going to take all this assertive, practical, fearless action. Okay. Remember, fear is fiction, but you're Leo. Like, it's not even in your, vocabulary, but consider this like an initiation. It is a 2-year cycle. All right. So with these conjunctions, I want you to think of them as like planting a seed. And this is going to be a 2-year storyline playing out for you. This is all you and how you want to change your life. Now, what makes this cazimi just so bonkers is that this is the day of the perfection, right? So exact the degrees. But the Sun and Mars, like I said, they're traveling together. They're going to be conjuncting all the way up to the new moon until January 18th. I mean, that's why this is such a powerful month. This is going to be big. So channel this energy constructively. This can come on strong. Mars is physicality as well in your 6th house of health. You're going to go for, like, you're going to Forrest Gump it. You're going to run from Alabama to Arizona. You're going to have so much energy. But so take it, at a comfortable pace. All right. And Mars can be like a spear. This can be very competitive energy. And so, again, in your 6th house. So colleagues and employees, people on the other team, things like that, right? You may have some energy around there. Now, on the same day up until the 11th, over the weekend, you will have a few oppositions. The Sun, Venus, Mars opposite Jupiter. This really isn't a thing for you. We'll talk about it in your weekly forecast, but remember, this is opposite Jupiter. Jupiter always squeezes something good out of aspects. So if anything, there just maybe a little bit of maybe there's something in your subconscious. You're just like, should I do this? It could be like a really big question. You could go really deep here about the way you want to approach something, or, maybe some questions that you have, you need answers for. We'll talk about it in your weekly forecast, okay? Because there's a payoff here, right? Rewards, validations, etc. Now, if you are a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising or your moon, or for your boss or your colleague or your doctor, with all this 6th house energy, where you are, Capricorn energy is serious. It's no nonsense. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and I am throwing in water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, will feel the kazimis the most, okay? And Venus conjunct Mars as well. And if you have any planets in your natal chart, 16 to about 20 degrees, well, those planets are going to be aspected. You're going to feel it the most, all right? Now, the other thing is okay, so this is when things really kick into high gear for you, Leo. Saturday, January 17th. Well, welcome to the busiest, most loaded flashpoint of a long 3-day holiday weekend, okay? That has 15 aspects. Can you believe that? Over 3 days. On Saturday. Saturday is going to be, this is just Saturday, by the way, January 17th. You're going to have Venus sextile Neptune, the Sun sextile Saturn, the Sun trine Uranus, Mercury conjunct Mars, and Venus moving into Aquarius. Whoa. I haven't even gotten to Sunday yet. That's huge. And this is just very happily ever after is written all over it. Be very mindful with your words. I'll explain why, but much better. I can see so much better now. But you've got Venus sextile Neptune, right? So there's that fairy tale. There's that, compassion. It's beautiful. It's romantic. The Sun sextile Saturn, very interesting for you. This is just, there's a lot of optimism here with your goals. But remember, Saturn is in your 8th house. And so there's still this element of legacy and intimacy and your transformation. The 8th house goes really deep. Relationships, business partners, money, making money, building your wealth. And so Saturn is building, that bridge for you. Well, you're building it. He's the PE teacher. He's watching you. But he is telepathically giving you these powers. Then here's the thing. You've got the Sun trine Uranus. Now, you've got Uranus and Taurus. This is your 10th house. And so you've got so much career stuff here. This is your big breakthrough. That's Uranus, right? Freedom, opportunities. There's something big happening for you this weekend. You've got Mercury conjunct Mars in Capricorn, okay? And that's having really just important, grounded conversations. Even you taking ideas and putting them into action strategically. But that's what, this is strong. Remember, we had Mercury conjunct Mars several times over the fall. You probably said some things, especially in the home space. But now it's in Capricorn. It's in the workspace for you, okay? Just be mindful. Mercury conjunct Mars can be strong in Capricorn. So this can be like bossy. It can be blunt. It can be like executive decisions with no room for discussion. Thanks, but no thanks. That is that energy if you use it that way. But you can do the high expression of it, which is just taking charge, taking action, no frills. Let's get it done diplomatically. And then you got Venus moving into Aquarius. So, wow. Venus in Aquarius is all about intellectual stimulation, okay? Mental attraction, craving deep conversations. But remember, Aquarius rules your 7th house, your opposite sign. So you've got the planet of love moving into your 7th house of love and marriage and relationships and partnerships and contracts and agreements. So that's on the table for the entire month for you. So you're going to love this energy a little bit more than, Venus in Capricorn, but it's also, you're just going to be very social. You're going to be very social. Venus is a social sign in the sign of community and collaboration. So I really love what's happening here for you. Now, when I say partnerships, it doesn't exclude work. You still have so much work stuff happening. Your 6th house, your 10th house, like there's a lot here. Even with the North Node, Saturn, Neptune in your 8th, yeah, there's a lot of work stuff. You are so focused on work. Now, the other thing is on Sunday, yes, January 18th, you got that new moon in Capricorn, 29 degrees. This is big. Well, it's 28 with some change, but like 44, 45, it's 29. Either way, it's a magical new moon. It's not only foundation building, a lot of y'all are getting new jobs, new career path. There's new, it's your 6. So if like new clients, new contracts, new contractors, there's a lot happening here. Remember, Mars and Mercury are conjunct. That's baked into this new moon. And so you have enormous potential here, okay? You have, and remember, this is a Saturn-ruled new moon. It's going to be one where, and Saturn is in your 8th. And so I just see you signing something. I see something, like even like investors are involved here now. Yeah, there's a lot happening for you. And so this new moon with Mercury, by the way, they're going to trine Uranus in Taurus. So 2 things here. This is what I was saying, the last of its kind new moon. Uranus is leaving Taurus in a few months. We're never going to have this again, okay? In our lifetime. It's at 29 degrees too, that anaretic degree. There's a true graduation. There's this ending and new beginning happening for you here. But again, Taurus rules your 10th house. So you've got this overlap, a really strong overlap with your 10th house of career and, recognition, achievements, accomplishments, social status, and your 6th house of work, your daily activities. So there's got to be some changes in the workspace for you. FYI, okay? Completely brand new. This is strong. This is a strong weekend. There's 15 aspects. There's got to be changes. And Uranus is change. Uranus is the great awakener. Uranus is, like I said, freedom. Uranus is progress. Uranus is breakthroughs. This is going to be big. All right. Now, if you're not here for career, if you're not here for work, it's still just your daily activities. There's something here you may get recognized for, but either way, all of y'all Leos, it's just, you're going to get some big break. Okay. And this does include like contracts and agreements. Remember, you got Venus in Aquarius at this point. Venus is, like I said, not just love. Venus is also money and your 7th house of contracts and agreements. And some of y'all could get, upgraded, promotions, promoted. Yeah. It's a new moon in Capricorn. Capricorn is like the authority. So there's something here for you because you also have Mercury sextile Saturn. All right. You could get surprise, unexpected news with Mercury trine Uranus in career. You could make an announcement, like a big announcement. Now, remember, if you're here for your sun sign, all right, remember, sometimes these aspects have, they have nothing to do with you. It could be maybe your boss unexpectedly announces they're leaving and you are next in line. Like things like that. There's just a lot here, but just please plant seeds. Please set intentions. Put your energy into this. This is Capricorn, okay? Earth sign. You got really fertile soil. This is going to be big for you. Now, speaking of earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, I'm throwing in water as well. They're going to feel the most, groundbreaking shift. If you have any planets 27 to 29 degrees in any of those signs, yeah. Now, and here we are. Okay, you on Monday, January 19th, happy Martin Luther King Day if you're in the U.S., but also happy Aquarius season. There you go. Yeah, you got this. There you go. I'm trying to get that. Let me see. Can you do this without the glare? There you go. All right. And welcome officially to the Great Awakening. We're in Aquarius season, the sun in Aquarius. Now you have all this emphasis. You see this, right? You have all this, like so much activity with partnerships and contracts. All right? This is, Aquarius rules friendships too. You're just going to be very social. Yeah, especially with Venus and Aquarius. Aquarius rules innovation and humanity as well. Remember the glyph, the water bearer, okay? Pouring knowledge. But Aquarius marches to its own drumbeat. That's trademark Aquarius. Embracing its quirks and authenticity, but also going against the grain. Yeah, that rebellious energy that Aquarius is known for. Yeah, I'm an Aquarius. But when I say rebellious energy, it's for the greater good of humanity. Think Galileo and Rosa Parks and Mozart and Thomas Edison, Harry Styles, all Aquarians, okay? Aquarius is known as a genius, right? And I didn't make that up. I just happened to be one. But, and the reason why is because, obviously air sign, but they're the deep thinkers. They do that pattern recognition. They're very inquisitive. They hunger for knowledge. They ask the questions. And so you really will embody a lot of this, okay? You are going to be marching to your own drumbeat. You're definitely going to feel this energy. And Aquarians are not fans of authority, right? So it's just interesting to see all this work energy that you're going through. So for the next 4 weeks, yeah, you are going to build that bridge. You're going to take your bridge. You're going to build it. You're going to cross it because Aquarius rules the future. And so again, you're just going to be so focused on your future, but the future of you and a partner. And it's almost like you and your journey for the next 4 weeks. It's not just you, it's you and someone else. And again, that can be a business partner. It can be your sister. It can be your mailman. It doesn't matter, just one-on-one. All right. Now, and contracts, you're seeking something here. You're seeking a contract. And a lot of y'all, there may be a lot of things proposed between now and then. So this is big. Aquarius is like disruptor energy too. So you are going to be shaking things up. Like a, Polaroid picture. Yeah. But this day, are you ready? On this day, you've got the sun, sextile Neptune. You have Venus conjunct Pluto. You have Mars still in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus. You have Mars sextile Saturn in Pisces. And then you've got Saturn sextile Uranus in Taurus. And remember, Saturn sextile Uranus, that's part of the prism portal. This is a peak. This is one of the peaks. You're not going to forget this weekend. And by the way, Saturn and Uranus, they just happen to be Aquarius's rulers. Yeah, Aquarius has 2 rulers. Anyway, we'll obviously cover a lot more of this in detail in your weekly forecast. Just know you're there's some big breakthrough that you are having this weekend in ways that you could never imagine. I mean, it's right at the new moon. All right? Flashpoint. And these are all harmonious, supportive aspects. Back to back to back. And remember, Saturn's involved here. Yeah? And he's a PE teacher. He's not going to make you climb that rope thing. He's helping you. He's supporting you. So this is really, really special. There's something here that's really big for you. And again, it does look like there is someone else involved in this journey. Business partner, investor, brother. It doesn't matter. Just one-on-one lover for sure. Okay? For sure. Especially because you have Venus conjunct Pluto. That's big. That is, that's love, that's money, that's power, that's your values, that's investments. That's all brought to the table here. All right? Again, love, marriage, all of that too. Okay? So you have this conjunction in your 7th house. There may be something that's got legs. It's moved. There's something happening for you. And love and money would be the biggest things for you at this point. Pluto natively rules your 4th. So again, significant other could be a big thing around this time. 4th house is home and family. So the other thing is Tuesday, January 20th, you got Mercury moving into Aquarius. Yeah. Which is very, forward thinking, very original, ahead of the curve. Mercury's considered exalted in Aquarius. It's not official, but it just makes sense. Mercury being the lower octave of Uranus, which is Aquarius's ruler. Anyway, you're definitely like all the conversations that you have from this point forward and things that you're thinking about really is going to be around partnerships and, relationships and love and marriage, contracts. Now, January 21st, this is when you start having the triple conjunctions. All the conjunctions. So January 21st, you got the Mercury Cazimi, the Sun conjunct Mercury. Now you got Mercury, the planet of communication and ideas and brainstorming. Mercury gets a refresh. Mercury's reborn. As an Aquarius, so it's more like this upgrade of, it's like tripling the brain cells. You're definitely going to feel there's something that you might be signing for sure. Okay. Congratulations. Now that, like, a lot of y'all are getting married too, by the way. Congratulations. Thursday, January 22nd, you got Mercury conjunct Pluto. Remember, Pluto goes deep. He digs deep. He excavates. You're going to be tapping into your inner Mulder, Scully. This is Mercury conjunct Pluto. So there's depth here. You could have some really important conversations, intense conversations, or even thoughts and ideas that just, oh, this is it. I realize the solution and things like that, right? So again, in your 7th house. And also remember, everything is energy, including the words that come out of your mouth, because this is a very powerful time. It's a very powerful aspect, and it's happening right at the time, Friday, January 23rd, with a Pluto Cazimi. So, wow. You literally have the planet of death and rebirth, Pluto, going through its own true death and rebirth by your ruler, the sun. We'll talk about more in your weekly forecast, but just the magnitude of these back-to-back conjunctions that are so penetrating in your 7th house of partnerships, relationships, love, marriage, that a lot of you are getting married. There's contracts, business contracts, agreements. There's a lot happening here. Okay. This is big. It's almost like with these conjunctions, it's like you discovered superpowers you never knew you had. I mean, Pluto is transformation, right? So, but the thing is, the fact that you do, Saturn being in your 8th house, okay, that's Pluto's home. So you have this depth all month long. And Pluto, remember, digs for the truth, being honest with yourself, and truths coming to the surface, or speaking your truth, or standing for truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And as we know, truth does require loyalty to yourself, to others. You're going to be sticking to, that's your thing, Leo. Okay. Loyalty. This is actually like whistleblower energy. So you're going to be peeling back lids here to secure your bridge, your legacy, especially like a union, you and your partner. All right. Or again, if you are, let's say, single and looking, the odds are in your favor, like big time. All right. This is a big time for you because that same day Mars moves into Aquarius, 0 degrees. You're just going to feel this surge of energy. This is big. All right. At this point, all the planets have left Capricorn. This is your 5-planet conjunction in Aquarius that's been happening. You've got Mars, Pluto, the Sun, Mercury, Venus, all between 0 to 7 degrees. So all at those early degrees of fresh new beginnings. And Mars in Aquarius, you are going to give it your all in terms of this relationship and marriage and the contracts that you want. This is a big time for you, okay? And then on Tuesday, January 27th, you've got Mars conjunct Pluto, the 2 most powerful planets. This is that disruptor energy on a whole other dimension. And when I say disruptor energy, we're talking like Time Magazine's top 100 disruptor list, like that, that kind of energy. But this is why I was talking about home and family before, because Mars and Pluto are Scorpio's ruler, and that is your 4th of home and family. So there can be something here with significant other, right? But it doesn't have to be. It could be like your mom, your grandparent, your child. This is maximum overdrive. This is a strong aspect, and it really, the majority of y'all, if you are in a relationship, it's Mars conjunct Pluto. This is sex drive, okay? It's no breaks. This is a particle accelerator. But again, if not, that's fine. This is just, it can be just all about your transformation, your passions, and your goals. All right? We didn't get Mars conjunct Pluto last year. It's every 2 years, so be very mindful here. This is strong. It's extremely potent. It can be very domineering, okay? It's in the most rebellious sign, Aquarius. And so there can be some moments here with like authority figures and bosses as well, because you still have a lot of work stuff. Even that new moon carries over. So just remember, you're on a karmic journey. Everything has ripple effects. Use this wisely. Now, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, obviously will, feel this the most. I'm throwing in the fire signs. Aries, Sagittarius, and you. Leo, you're really going to feel these conjunctions. And if you have any planets 0 to 5 degrees, buckle up, get some popcorn and a Diet Coke. Now, Monday, January 26th, you got Neptune moving into Aries, 0 degrees. You know about this. We talked about this. You got a preview of this, March 30th to October 22nd. Was there anything, here's the thing, you might have, again, legal matters, contracts, something with the courts. It feels like, sure, there's something being officiated, like a wedding, like marriage certificate. But it does look like there may be something here. It just looks like paperwork, and not in a bad way, but the other thing is Neptune in Aries for you. I mean, that is your ninth house. So, I mean, this is that spiritual warrior, the compassionate hero, visionary leader, that archetype. And so this is in your ninth house of spirituality and your worldview, your philosophies, imparting wisdom. So you are gonna be really feeling this, okay? Especially if you're an artist. Like, I mean, this is really big. If you're into philosophy and like ancient history, things like that, but y'all are going to be teachers. I mean, ninth house is education. It's higher education in addition to higher mind, or you may be going back to school. But anyway, we'll talk about more. I actually did a video on Neptune and Aries on what you can expect. I'll leave that at the end of this video. You're going to have Neptune in your ninth house until 2039. You might want to see what you're going to be involved in. But the one other thing I'm going to tell you, because if you saw your 2026 forecast, you know that Jupiter's moving into your sign, but also the South Node. And so Aries and Aquarius, they get along. Yeah. They have similar qualities, and they are the energies that's leading us into the new era, this brand new era. And that's going to be a lot more obvious when we get to the new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius and the Saturn Neptune conjunction in Aries, 3 days apart, February 17th to the 20th, the Great Reset, the Great Awakening, right? All of that, the Great Shift. But you're definitely going to see things happen around that time, and that's, in a month. But that's when you're likely, there's something really big happening with partnerships for you around that time. Okay. So let's get started. Leo, let's see what's going on for you. Oh my gosh. Let's see what's happening for you, for, January, 2026, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You have a lot happening. Okay. Yep. Leo. Yep. There you go. Leo, how are y'all doing? I do a traditional Celtic cross spread, offers the best overview for a monthly forecast. And if we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. And Leo, y'all are amazing. Come on. Y'all are amazing. This is going to be a month for you. There's a lot happening. You've been going through some really big transformation, by the way. Yeah. You got a lot of focus. There's a lot of North Node activations this month. We'll talk about it when we break it down. But let's see. Okay, let's see what's going on for you. What's happening here? Okay. Yeah, there you go. Wow. All right. You are not messing around. You're good. You're fine. You're great. We're going to have to talk about something though. You got the Queen of Swords. So very interesting, because it kind of goes with this Capricorn energy. There's even with this Aquarius energy, but Queen of Swords is very like, I've left emotions at the door. I mean, the Capricorn energy is just very strategic, practical, and even strict and disciplined. Remember, Saturn is Capricorn's ruler. But even still, I mean, Queen of Swords is just like, she doesn't want her emotions to cloud her judgment. Think of a judge, right? So that's you. That's you moving into January. You're like, I'm not going to let anyone get away with anything that they did. And, like, good for you. That's great. And remember what I said all about this truths coming to the surface and whatnot, being honest with yourself. Well, I mean, it is the Queen of Swords, and her sword pointed straight to the sky, right? It's true perception, like straight to the divine. And so there is something here where it's almost like this feeling of like, you're not messing around. All right. You're not messing around at all. You can even see like there's one bird here head above the clouds, but there's that one bird for that singular thought. It's all about you and the way that you're seeing things. A lot in the workspace, and even with relationships and Family matters, remember, it's still a thing. It's going to be more of a thing toward the end of the month, but that's great, okay? This is authority, making the decisions that you need to make, executive decisions right there. So it even is mediator energy that you could be feeling as well, because she is a leader, right? And so are you. Six of Swords. All right. This card is actually attributed to Mercury in Aquarius. Yeah. So very interesting. There's something here where it's almost like you do your thing, you free yourself. Okay. And this is really great. You can see, look at my finger, like the turbulent water. Look at the direction that they're going. It's smooth sailing from this moment forward. And this is also saying, yeah, that happened and this happened and maybe this happened too. It's done. I'm not sure. I can't turn back time moving forward, no matter what. Yeah. And so that's really great because it's like you've learned your lessons. You're okay with it. You're like, I got 2026 waiting for me. Yeah. So there may be something here with, relationships and partnerships, because you also have the Two of Swords in your challenge area. And so remember, Aquarius is your opposite sign. Relationships, partnerships, contracts, love and marriage. Queen of Swords is Libra. Two of Swords attributed to Moon in Libra. Libra is, that's their domain. Libra's domain is relationships. So there may be something right off the bat or throughout the whole month to be, like the whole month. There may be something here. That Two of Swords in your challenge area, it does feel like there may be the parting of ways in a relationship. And remember, it can be love, it can be career, it can be, your Uber driver. It doesn't matter. It's just that one-on-one where that energy exists for you. Yep. Because the swords are up here. And I said, even with all that, you will, Jupiter's in Cancer all month, right? It's just, you will have that full moon in Cancer in the first week. But that does rule your 12th house. And that's why I was like, you've got that happening. Jupiter natively rules your 8th, which is going to be so activated with the North nodes, but also Saturn's there, Neptune's there. The 8th house can be, really deep. And it's like forensic and digging for truth. And that's what swords are. The 8th house is also very psychological. And so you're going to have a lot on your mind. A lot of it may have to do with partnerships, and a lot of it may have to do with someone that's holding something from you, okay? And someone who refuses to see your way, very possible, and you're like, bye-bye. They can be a colleague. Remember, you got a lot of work stuff, yeah? Boss, perhaps, too. It could also be you. That's the other thing. Don't close yourself off. Yeah? It's all about compromise. I don't think it's going to be you, but just in case. You got that 7 of Cups. Now, if you're a cross watcher, then are you as freaked out as me, as much as me, with a 7 of Cups in your crown? I don't know how. Maybe this is the third one or the fourth. It's a lot of signs. It's gotten not only the 7 of Cups for the January forecast, but in their crown right here. Whoa. Just know what you want. You're going to be fine. Okay. Use that sword. Use those swords to cut through that fog. Okay. You've been realistic. You've been honest with yourself. Can you see through the smoke and mirror? Zzz.
So that's it. Okay. Now, yeah, the Nano ones in the root of your spread. Hang in there. You're fine. You're good. You're going to be going through something here. You're going to have a lot on your mind. And the Nine of Wands, it's all that perseverance. It's really just standing your ground, not giving up, not giving in. You got this. You're going to be good. And again, wands are highly associated with like work and career, etc. The workplace. Yeah, there may be something there. Okay, that almost that could be the thing for you here too. Are you holding on to something you've already like mentally? You're just like you've checked out. Okay. You've got to really know. You got to make that decision for yourself. And then, yeah, that Queen of Pentacles in your future. That's great. You're good. You're great. You're getting a new job. Or a lot of you are changing. A lot of things are changing in the workplace. Okay, but this is really great. Queen of Pentacles happens to be Capricorn. Okay, and so the Queen of Pentacles is very disciplined, very practical, but she's got this great maternal side. She takes care of others. She thinks about others within her reality. She has the resources to build the world that she wants to live in. Remember, the North Node and Saturn are in your 8th of wealth building. And again, you've got a lot of money stuff with the nodes. You're going to be fine. You're going to be good. You're going to get to exactly where you need to go. But I love this because there is a sense of like just going from the Queen of Swords to the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, she not only has the resources and she's very grounded, and this is more materials and, it's speaking of building that bridge to your legacy. That's right here. Okay. So she has a lot more here. You can even see a lot of similarities in this card with the Magician. So there is a sense of like you creating your reality, you building the world that you want to live in. There's a sense of, you mind over matter, as above, so below, all of that right here. You even see the little bunny rabbit in the corner, right? Representing this fertility and growth. So it's all honestly about your mindset here. Yeah. Okay. Let's get to your stuff. Mind over matter. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, and hype. Apparently that's a new thing. But definitely leave comments. I want to know what's going on. You've got so much happening in January. Yeah. March is a really big month for you, by the way. Love y'all. All right, Leo, yeah. There's some changes. Okay. You're right. This is a month of changes. There's Pluto conjunctions, and all of them, honestly, they're really big. They're powerful. They're very powerful. Yep. All right. So, you got the Page of Wands, so that's really great. I want you to be inspired. I want you to really know what you want here. Okay? I really take all that inspiration from the Page of Wands and put that energy towards something new, that's sustainable, that you're passionate about, that you're curious about. Where, again, even with Mars, just this fearless action. Yeah. The High Priestess, not surprised. Like I said, you're going to be going deep, right? You got your 12th house activated. You got your 8th house activated. You got your 9th house activated. The High Priestess is the guardian of the subconscious. She's saying it's okay. Okay. You're going to go deep. I'm protecting you. The 12th house, by the way, is the subconscious. What is the subconscious? Is where we store our memories. And so the fact that you've got Saturn, Neptune, North Node in your 8th, there may be some shadow work that you're doing. All right. It's fine. It's good. That's why you have the Six of Swords there. You want it. Okay. So don't be afraid to, right? You got to leave all that in the past in 2025, all those things. And this is, highly intuitive energy. There is this sense of mystery here with the High Priestess as well. But that's the fun part, right? When you tap into your inner Mulder, discovering all those things that you really want to discover with all this Aquarius energy. Now, Two of Cups. So there's when I say emphasis on partnerships and relationships, looks like that's something that you want to build. And for a lot of y'all, something new. There's something new here, whether it is a new partner in love, new partner in career, new business partner, new company to work for, whatever it is, that's where you want to put your energy. Being honest with yourself, okay? Because you do have that Five of Cups. There may be something here where you're going to have to do some, with that shadow work, some healing too. Emotional healing. Listen, the 12th house is healing as well. Yep. So it's like rest and retreat, but you've got a lot happening this month. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You just have a lot for, well, it is, January is loaded. I did tell y'all that. Like, you're going to hit the ground running in the 2026 forecast. But you might have some surprises too, right? With Uranus active, very active this month, but in great aspects. So this, however, this card is attributed to Mars and Scorpio. You got Mars active, conjuncting Pluto, natively ruling your fourth. So again, there may be something with home and family. Okay, there may be something with a significant other, but it really is like you and career. There may be something there. Okay, there may be something there with career where you're just gonna have some changes too. I'll clarify that Five of Cups. I mean, oh my gosh, yeah. You're gonna do some shadow work. You have to, okay? That's your assignment. You got the Devil. And so one of the things that kind of flags career here is that the Devil is attributed to Capricorn, and Capricorn rules the 10th house, right? Capricorn is the, workhorse. Capricorn prioritize work, but Capricorn rules your 6th house of work. So do you not like your job? Do you have a toxic boss? You got to ask yourself these questions, right? And so there's something here. This is a sense of like loss and grief. There could be like, maybe you are in a situation where there's something that you feel like you're losing, and it could put you in all that 12th house energy where you're really, really, in your head. But look, you're going to be fine. This is being really hard on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. And yes, this has everything to do with love too. I mean, you do see the two people from the Lovers card chained to the Devil here. So this can be like codependency. This can be even pessimistic thinking. It can be anything that you might have to just really confront your shadow side, see those parts of you where you're like, I got to let this go. I got to release this, okay? It's what you want. And you have this fairy tale future waiting for you, but you've got to get I'll clarify that 7 of Cups. All right? There you go. You're going to be fine. We got to know what we want. We got to be very honest with ourselves. We got to be very realistic about our plan moving forward. You got the Fool, okay? Really great. I mean, this is 2026 is the Fool's Journey. You're right at the beginning of the month, of the year, and the month, both. Yeah. That's great. Take some risks. Okay. Have faith in yourself. Trust in yourself. Trust in the universe. The universe is always taking care of you. Okay. Because it does look like you might be holding on to something here that needs to go. Okay. You even see in the Five of Cups, he's looking at spilled cups. He can't even see the 2 cups behind him. You literally got the 2 of Cups, which it's referencing. Okay? And that's what you want. Okay? There's a lot of stuff here with partnerships and relationships. It is going to be a big thing for you, and we'll break it down week by week. Okay? Well, let's do it now. The first week, yeah, you've got that full moon in Cancer. And a lot of the conjunctions, as you know. The one thing that I am going to tell you is January 8th, you do have Mercury. Mercury will sextile the North Node in Pisces and trine the South Node in Virgo. So you had the Sun, you had Venus, and even at the end of December, you had Mars all connecting with the nodes. Yeah, your fate, these nodes of fate. And so they're all negotiating with the nodes for you. And this is Mercury. So on January 8th, right at the time of the Mars Cazimi, yeah, you could have maybe a fated conversation. You could have a fated idea, just something that was meant to happen. All right. So let's see what let's take a look at the first week for you, Leo. There we go. Oh. Knight of Swords. That's great. Go for it. I mean, you have the Queen of Swords, Six of Swords, the Knight of Swords. Knights are all about action. Remember what I said from the beginning. You got to take that inspired action. And it's all up here. There's something that with that fog here in your crown, this is a lot of, I mean, it's swords, right? But it's also that it's the physical mind. It's logic. It's practicality. It's thinking, having the conversations you need to have and going for it. Fearless energy. Now, the second week is, you will have, by the way, Thursday, January 15th, on the second week, you're going to have Venus sextile Saturn and trine Uranus. So that's a package deal. You're shaking things up. You have the opportunity to do this here, especially in work. Venus in your 6th, Uranus in your 10th. I mean, there's doors that are opening up for you left and right, to be honest. And then you have so many aspects that are just in your favor. Let's see what's going on for you the second week. Remember, the second week you also have the new moon in Capricorn on that Sunday. There it is. Leo. I don't make this up. I mean, come on. Come on. We talked about the Magician, did we not? During the new moon in Capricorn. Yeah. You're good. You're really good. Just remember, the Magician is a card of action, right? Unlike the High Priestess, which would be a, passive card. You've got to take that action. Remember, I said you've got to believe in yourself. That's what magic is, right? You got to believe, right? He's got all tools of tarot at his disposal. All the 4 elements here, even the 5th. If you want to consider the ether. As above, so below. Listen, there's something big happening for you, okay? The second week. But you create your reality. Now, third week, you've got, again, a lot. You've got so many conjunctions, but the big thing for you would be the Pluto Cazimi, Mars moving into Aquarius as well. And just because you did get the Queen of Swords, I will tell you that January 24th, if you want to get out your Apple Pen, Juno, who's in Capricorn at this point, Juno being Jupiter's wife, she's all she represents truth and justice and equality in relationships, in partnerships. She's going to be connecting with the nodes too. So remember, the nodes are in your money houses, but even if you're not here for money, it's self-worth, it's self-value, it's relationships, it's intimacy, it's like business partners, it's your legacy, all of that. Let's see what's going on. Okay, that third week. You got a lot of potential. Listen, I think that when you see what's playing out now, you have the Eight of Wands, which is like, speaking of contracts and legal matters and signing things, it does look clear as day with that Eight of Wands. I mean, you got all these wands aligning for you. And remember, wands are heavily associated with work and career and profession. But even if you're not here for that, it's your passions and your drive. And yeah, we even call these arrows of love too. Yeah. So, I mean, you're actually really good as long as you don't hold on to the past. Yeah. As long as you don't resist change for things that you don't feel are authentically you anymore. Last week, you got Mars conjunct Pluto, Neptune moving into Aries, Leo. Let's see what's going on for you for the last week of January 2026. Yeah. You got the moon. It does look like that Mars conjunct Pluto. You really want to pay attention to that. The moon, I mean, this is fine. Trust your intuition, right? Do some introspection. Do that shadow work if you feel like you need to. Because the moon, is the moon, right? And it's card 18. 1 + 8 = 9. Whose face is in the moon? The Hermit, right? So you want to go deep. You want to do all that. Brings out the inner wisdom. But the moon in tarot is attributed to Pisces. And as you know, Pisces rules your 8th house. All right? And that's where you have Saturn. That's where you have the North Node. That's where you have even Neptune. Neptune moving into Aries. But even still, Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. So, yeah, I think that you know what? I feel like a lot of this is leaving things in the past. Sometimes change is really hard, especially for a fixed sign, right? You're a fixed sign. It's not the easiest thing, but look at, you're going to be fine. You're going to be good. You got all this potential for creating something really amazing in your life, and you want it, but you got to make room for it. Okay, Leo, thanks so much. Yeah. Oh, I'm curious now. I want to see. We're going to pull more cards. Second spread, tier 3 members, really good legendary members. We're going to look at love. We're going to look at career. We're going to look at money. We're going to look at everything. Anyone's welcome to join. You know where to find the link. Next week, we will go deeper in the aspects. Leo, I did say from the beginning, you have a loaded month. You have so much happening, but you know that I'm here for you. We'll talk it through. We'll talk it through. All right, Leo. Thanks so much. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you'd like, subscribe, leave comments, all that, share, and hype. It's a new thing. You're going to have the longest reading. This went so long, but it was worth it. Leo, I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.